Welcome to the Share Chair podcast, where we tell each other stories and learn from listening.
Calvin Force, welcome to the Share Chair podcast.
Thank you.
And this week we also have Maddie Ball with us. She's the junior interviewer, and she'll be taking over my spot this spring and become the full-time interviewer next year.
Yeah.
So, Calvin, I must admit, I don't know much about you at all.
All right.
You're a freshman. You're in band, I see, drumline.
Drumline and jazz band, because I just started jazz band this trimester.
Okay.
So we're just a few days into that.
Okay. So you have your first year of marching band under your belt. What did you think?
It was pretty fantastic, just because back in like 7th and 8th grade, you just have like the people you work with. It's like a 60-piece band at tops. And then we just all come together on the field, and our piece was like 165. There's just so many people there. And also just like drumline, it's like its own little thing.
Yeah.
Like at band camp, we would do like different warm-ups and everything, and we had our own little like tents. But just because of that, drumline is just so much more interconnected. And the thing a lot of people say about marching band is that it like helps them be prepared for high school, freshmen at least, because they know people, and I can certainly see that applied with drumline, because like I pal around with like the seniors and the juniors all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say because band starts in the summer, right?
Yep.
So it was a good way to ease into high
It
school.
certainly is.
So how long have you been in band then? Since like the very beginning in 5th
Well,
grade?
actually, I joined in 6th grade.
Okay.
That's what I think gets a lot of people, is because in 5th grade I was like, nah, I don't need
No.
that. I don't need that.
Yeah.
Because not many of my friends were doing it, and then I was like, but pretty much most of the way through the year, I heard like my friends were talking about it, and I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That was a mistake.
So did you play percussion ahead of time?
I did not. I just had piano experience,
Okay.
but piano and percussion
Yeah.
are really closely interlinked. Like if you can play piano and you can keep time like that, you're going to be a lot better at percussion because you can read
Yeah.
rhythms already and also know the notes on like keyboard instruments.
Because I know that's like a requirement in bands, like you have to play piano for so long before
Yeah.
you do percussion.
It
or
is
whatever.
very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So are your parents especially musical? Like, did they push this or just
No.
kind of really?
My dad doesn't know music at all, and my mom just took piano for a few years.
So what's your family like? What do they do?
Well, my dad goes around the country. He's a consultant for car dealerships. I always explain to people, he basically just goes to car salesmen to teach them how to sell new car technology.
All right.
Currently, he's been doing a lot of work with Infinity.
Okay. And then your mom, what does she like
My
to do?
mom
What does
works
she do?
around here. She's a physical therapist.
Oh, okay.
So a visiting nurse, physical therapist.
Oh.
So she'll go to her patients' houses and just work with them for
That's
about
a
an
good
hour.
deal. Yeah.
It is pretty nice.
So your dad travels like how far around, like nationwide or international?
Nationwide.
Okay.
He's been to Canada a couple times, but he usually just stays in the continental United States. Usually southern states.
Does he ever take you with him? Like,
No,
drive around?
I've asked him to, and he says that I would get bored after like day one. I beg to differ, but
Take you to a hotel with a pool and leave you there.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I can hang out
I
in a
don't want to
hotel
sit in.
pool.
I want to hear what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
We're both really big car people.
Really?
Oh, really?
What's your dream? I mean, you're a freshman, so you can't drive yet. But
No.
what's your dream car?
You have asked the most difficult question.
I love that. I love like hearing people's answer to this question because I don't want to say it's very telling, but like it's just interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about like a daily driver, like
For
something you're gonna drive to school or work every day.
For a daily, I'm not totally sure. Because
Okay.
on one hand, I think it'd be really cool. Like, do you know what the Mercedes G-Wagon is?
Oh, of course I know what a
Yes.
G-Wagon is. Okay, so you got a fancy daily driver.
No, not just the G-Wagon, the 6-wheeled pickup truck one.
Oh, nice.
That is
yeah.
one of my
Okay.
favorite
That's a little
cars of all
overkill.
Exactly, but we live in Michigan,
You're
so
right,
anytime
you're
it
right.
snows, it's just
You'd be all
can
set.
Just go along the highway, pull people over the ditch for free. You can be the hero.
True.
Make a tank full of gas money that way.
Yeah,
It sucks gas, which is the only reason I wouldn't daily it.
So, who were the teachers that recommended Calvin for today?
Mrs. West said about you that she didn't know a ton, but she had the feeling that she used the phrase "still waters run deep." So the impression I got was that you're kind of quiet and reserved and mature,
Yep.
but there's a lot of substance beneath the surface.
That's pretty accurate.
So
Talk about that. So like, what do we not know about you besides if we don't see you on the tennis court or in the drum line?
Well, I like video games, and I obsess over drums a lot. Like, I play drums and I obsess over them, and just my life kind of revolves around them. Like, when we go on breaks, like spring break, my family's trying to go somewhere, and I'm like, no, I want to stay home, because you can't bring a drum set with you.
Yeah.
My drum set is like my child.
Does your family get worked up about you drumming in the house all the time?
Not usually, but my drum set is in our basement. Our basement has our biggest TV, so my dad will sometimes get upset if I'm drumming when a sports game is on.
That would be
Other than that, it's usually just my sister gets upset just because she doesn't like the noise.
Yeah.
So, let's see. You play snare. Did you say snare
Yep,
drum?
snare drum.
Okay, and then you have a drum set at home.
Yep.
What songs do you play?
Well, I like to play jazz. I originally started on jazz. The entire reason I got into drum set was because I wanted to play jazz band in 7th grade, and I did jazz band 7th, 8th, and now 9th grade, 3rd trimester. So, with percussion, I guess I didn't go into it like, hey, I want to do this. I was just like, you know what? That sounds kind of cool. So then jazz drum set rolls along. I'm like, I should try that. So I got an instructor, got a drum set, and just fell in love immediately.
Aw.
It's so fun.
That's cool.
It's really
I feel like the Spring Lake bands do really well at competitions.
Yes,
Why is that?
I don't know.
Everyone's just
I
like,
always-
there's a concentration of really talented band kids here.
Yeah.
And
I
why?
would credit it to two things. Our instructors, our directors are fantastic. Mr. Skowski and Mr. Gravengood are just so fun to learn from.
Yeah.
And we also don't have an orchestra because Spring Lake, we're obviously a smaller school. Like
Yeah.
Grand Haven, they've got an orchestra and a band.
Yeah.
But, like,
So do you think orchestra kind of draws from?
Yes,
Okay.
I know their orchestra. I think is about the same size as their band, and they're both
Oh.
not super big. Like I said, our marching was 165 piece, and that's I think bigger than Grand Haven's. I think Grand Haven, I want to say they had 120.
Oh, wow. So
So
you think the size of our band has a lot
Yes.
to do then with the way it impresses judges?
yes, in our most recent show, our opening song, not Crazy Little Thing Called Love. What's the one by Elvis?
Can't help falling in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aw.
We go, like, after the first 20 seconds, or not even 20, like 15 seconds, like, the whole band except for the drum line started facing the other direction from, like, the main stands. And then we would hit this big retardando, just massive slowdown. Everyone would turn around and play, and the hit was so amazing.
That's awesome.
Like,
See, yeah.
not many bands get standing ovations. Pretty much every
Oh,
time
wow.
we get a standing ovation.
Really?
It's
Aw.
no 100. It's hard to imagine how loud, like 100 minus the drum line, which is like 20 people, like 140 wins, is a massive sound, and you can feel it because
Yeah.
it's just a wall just coming at you. And it's amazing. Like I didn't really get to experience it because the drum line is at the back, but
Yeah.
just listening to recordings, you can just tell like they rotate around and then just boom.
So with your interest in math and science, cards, I could see you perhaps pursuing something in engineering, maybe design. Have you thought that far ahead? Like what
I
you might
have
wanna do with a
thought
career?
about it. Pretty much what I think I want to do is something to do with either engineering, chemistry, or music. And
That's
more
a
and
lot. That's a big range.
Yeah, I know, that's the issue. is People are like, hey, what do you want to do? I'm like,
Well,
I can like half, give me a million options, I'll cut them in half.
Yep.
Somewhere in those 500,000 is what I want to be.
I know you're only a freshman, but do you have any idea where you want to go to college?
Well, I thought I wanted to go to like Michigan Tech, but I don't know how good their band program is. Like,
You
not-
want to play in college
Yep,
then?
I had it all laid out, and then I was like, oh wait, I joined band. Scratch it. All of it. No.
Yeah.
You know,
Tech
there's
is-
a good
Tech's
marching
pretty far up
band
there.
that's got the good engineering program too. Is Purdue.
Purdue,
their
yeah.
drum line is
You're right.
really
Yeah.
cool. One of the cadences, we didn't play it this year, but one of the cadences we have is actually from Purdue.
Yeah.
And Yeah, they have a
They have
really
that
well
big
done drum line.
iconic old
Doesn't
Boilermaker.
doesn't Notre Dame? They have a really good drum line
They
too.
do have they have one of the best marching bands, the
Yeah.
oldest marching band,
My dad
the
went
oldest
to
university
a-
band in the country.
Did he go to Notre Dame?
He didn't go to Notre Dame or for college, but he went for a football game. He was talking about how their marching band was just like, oh my god.
Impressive.
Just wave
Yeah.
after wave.
Just-
Oh
It's
yeah,
pretty
you
good.
guys did just have festival, didn't you?
Yep, band fest. We got straight ones. Every single
Awesome.
Spring Lake band got straight ones.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Wow.
Incredible.
When we left, there was I think one other band that had yet to be graded, but I think there were 5 total, and Spring Lake made up 4 of them that got straight ones.
Wow. That's really cool. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the
Yes,
podcast,
thanks
for
Calvin. It
having
was
me.
great to meet you.
Likewise.
So-